Hey everyone, welcome. This is Greg Jensen with Options Animal and the Everyday Trader. Glad to be with you on this beautiful evening here at Camp Kotok. I am joined with I guess the originating founding member of Camp Kotok, David Kotok. We are excited to be here and talk with David this evening. David, a couple questions for our viewership. Can you give us a little 2 minute blurb of what Camp Kotok is, maybe how it got started, and then maybe some of the things we're going to be discussing up here
So
this weekend?
Cliff Note version.
Yeah, Cliff Note version.
Okay. A couple of guys go out in the woods so they can talk about the world in an isolated place. That went on until 9/11. After 9/11, all the people who used to say, I don't want to go to Maine, I don't want to go all the way up there, changed their mind and came. And the group grew and it evolved over time. And today we are 50 people tonight at dinner. And we have themes and we have some discussions. A very powerful one this time, because the theme this time is defense and security and war and physical war and tariff war and impacts and how do you deal with them worldwide. And so that's our theme for this discussions last night.
Yeah, last night. Tell us a little bit about last night's presentation. It
Last
was
night
great.
was we had three people, as you know, from Ukraine, one of them a combat veteran from Ukraine, and they described what it's like, what they faced, what the Russians did, the description of the horror
Yeah.
of Russians in Ukraine and how they murdered and violated women and then shot them and killed them, and all the behavior, and how they are trained to go to Ukraine, kill Ukrainians, and attack young women. It's a horror story. And it's the horror story we don't hear enough of.
Yeah, it was an interesting discussion about propaganda. That was one of the interesting questions of how can they, adopt that practice?
Yeah,
And it's propaganda.
it's propaganda. So here we are, and we have a shooting war in Europe. We have a war in the Middle East that is, we don't know where this is going, but what we do know is we have have had activity. The United States has bombed Iran. There's major structural changes in the world, and we have tariff wars. Tariffs are now being used as an instrument of war. So you can say, oh, we're going to charge this tariff and collect a couple of percentage points and we'll use it as a tax or whatever. But they're also an instrument of war. And we see that evolving. And here we are standing on the deck, and there's an announcement that Trump is going to meet with Putin in Alaska on the 15th
On the
of
15th,
August.
here in a couple weeks, or actually next week.
Yeah. So you begin to put this theme together, and our conversations tonight is going to be about the economic defense funding, the economics of the country. Last night we had discussions directly about Ukraine in war, how soldiers don't have any of the systems to support them, the American soldiers. And we had another organization which supports American veterans, and we had a combat experienced Marine paired. The contrast between the two was remarkable last night.
Yeah.
And so Saturday night, we've got a full panel on the defense of the United States with a group of experts. And that's what we're doing here this time.
Fascinating. It's been an amazing week so far. And if you saw me looking over here a little bit, I'm distracted from fish actually rising over here on the lake. So it's been a beautiful day of fishing and enjoying God's creation here in Maine. And it's been a good couple of days so far, and looking forward to the discussion. So thank you, David. We appreciate the opportunity to be here, and
Glad you're here.
thanks for taking the time to talk to us as well.
And you can come back. It's okay.
All right, all right.
Like the book.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you
my
got a
God.
book. You've got a book that reached.
Well, the book is The Fed and the Flu, and it's about pandemics, epidemics, and plagues. and the economics and monetary policy, inflation, wages, what happens after you get them. And by the way, the book enumerates how they correspond in history with wars. And here we are experiencing war right after COVID and going through the same monetary issues and the same inflation, no inflation, debt, finance issues. History is repeating itself. So it's a history book that goes up through COVID and the Federal Reserve and all the way back to ancient Greece. And in my opinion, nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed. Well, again, thanks for tuning in, and thanks, David.
Good.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.